welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Stand up for your country. So I was laying down late last night when the phone rang, and it was President Trump. To me, even though he's my friend, and I've known him for 35 years, it's the President of the United States. And it doesn't really matter what time it is. So anyway, we had our usual back and forth, a lot of it off the record. But I had to go on the record for a couple of things that I want to tell you about. Yesterday, we analyzed that a negotiation between Iran and the USA might be led by Vice President Vance. But I cited the source for that, the Guardian newspaper, and I told you it is an unreliable publication. And that's exactly what it is. It's not going to be Vice President Vance taking the lead in the negotiation. It is going to be Witkoff and Kushner. The two have been doing it all along. Now, Iran has not agreed yet. I don't know whether they will. But U.S. authorities are ready to go to Pakistan or Turkey or wherever a negotiation might take place. The problem is that there's no one in charge in Iran right now. The president doesn't even know who's going to show up for a negotiation. Could be Omar the tent maker. I mean, if you call over there, it says, well, line one used to be so-and-so, but he's dead. And I'm making fun of it, but it's true. So the upper echelons of the Iranian government, the theocracy, they're all dead. And nobody really knows who's in charge. There are rumors, A, B, C, D, but it is so chaotic in Iran right now that there's no certainty at all. I'm going to get into in a few moments. You might want to get a pen and paper because you're not getting honest information from the American media about this Iranian action. I will give you honest information, but I want to start with the descent to the war in Iran. Okay. Now, I like dissent. I'm a maverick. I think dissent is really, really good, but it's got to be responsible. Can't be personal animus, and that's what we're seeing here. So on Saturday, there is a No Kings, the third No Kings demonstration all around the country, and this is an anti-Trump, we hate Trump demonstration. Okay. We've seen it. We know what it is. There's no real difference. The grievances are, sending masked agents into the streets, terrorizing communities, immigrant families terrorizing, no warrants, threats to overtake elections, getting health care, environmental problems, and education solved, rigging maps to silence vote. It's the usual litany of progressive grievances. A few are legit, most are just made up fabrications. All right. I mean, there aren't people being detained without warrants. All right. There are judicial warrants signed by judges, and then there are Homeland Security warrants signed by superiors in that organization. You got to have a warrant to take somebody in. It's a simple lie. All right. So No Kings is based, this demonstration on Saturday is based in, ready, Minneapolis. Hello. And Bruce Springsteen's going to be there. So is Bernie Sanders and Attorney General Keith Ellison and Jane Fonda. They're trotting out Jane. Now, I'm mocking this because it means nothing. I mean, these people don't want to talk about legitimate issues. They want an open border. Progressives want an open border. Everybody comes in. Everybody. And then they stay. That's amnesty. They want amnesty. So millions and millions and millions of people are absorbed into our country. That's what they want. Say it. I respect you if you said it. Now, the funding of this is fascinating. So it comes from a group called indivisible. That's from the Pledge of Allegiance, all right? Indivisible. And nobody knows anything about that organization. You can look it up, but it's shadowy and mine. But the big money is coming from Soros, as usual. Soros pumped about $8 million into the No King protests, the two priors in this one. Soros behind it. ACLU, which is no longer a civil rights organization, it's a far left fanatical group. And Planned Parenthood, so they're in on it too. These are the big organizations behind it. And a lot of the money that comes in, and you'll see it if you watch television coverage, and there'll be plenty of it, of these No Kings thing. You'll see the buses, you'll see the signs, you'll see the people organized. All of that takes money. And it's dark money because the commentators and the news reporters, they don't know where the money comes from, and they don't care. As long as it's a big crowd, that's what they care about, as long as Trump looks bad. Okay, but the dark money component here is very, very disturbing because money can undermine democracy. It's not hard to do it. So you will remember that on January 26th of this year, we broke a story about Neville Roy Singham. Okay, there he is. He's a communist. He lives in Shanghai, China, very close ties to the Beijing government. Now, he is behind a lot of the dark money stuff. Okay, and we reported that Singham has been in this arena for 9 years, ever since he sold his technology company called ThoughtWorks for about $800 million. Now, you would say, well, how can you live in a communist country if you have $800 million? Wouldn't the government take that away from you? No. As long as you're serving the government, there are a lot of billionaires in China. They serve the government, and so does Singham. Singham is an American citizen, can't come here. Sets 1 foot on our soil, they'll arrest him. Okay, but he is a real threat to every American. And 99% of Americans have no idea who the man is. This is what I said in January. Go. His name is Neville Roy Singham. He's a billionaire tech guy, lives in Shanghai, China. He works with the Chinese government. And he has a 501(c) in the United States called Breakthrough News, where he funnels money to places like the People's Forum in New York City and Minnesota radical left organizations. He's deeply involved with the insurgency and the sedition against the federal government, this guy. We gave you all the information. He's a communist guy. Well, now Fox News Digital has launched a 5-part series on Singham, and we congratulate them. Not going to see that on CBS or CNN or ABC or NBC. They don't care. But Fox News Digital has come up with some very interesting information about $300 million Singham is pumped into the following nonprofits: Code Pink, Breakthrough Media, Justice and Education Fund, People's Forum, People's Support Foundation, Tricontinental Ltd. He did pump the money in through Goldman Sachs. Can you believe this? And he got tax breaks from the IRS to pump the money in, $300 million. Now, we call Goldman Sachs because we're fair people. You can come back to me here. We're fair people. And we got a guy named Tony Fratto on the phone. He's the spokesman for Goldman. And he says that they have terminated Singham's fund. But they did it only last month. Okay? I'm sorry. February 2024. 13 months ago. 13 months ago. But Singham used Goldman Sachs And he got tax deductions to undermine the American government and system. All right. His main outfit now is the People's Forum, located at 14th Street in Manhattan, New York City. They are the ones that funnel the money out locally. And Code Pink, answer, he's married, Singham is, to the co-founder of Code Pink, Jody Evans. And guess where they all showed up last week? Havana. They all showed up to prop up the Cuban government, which is on the ropes. Now, the Justice Department, come on, Kash Patel. Hello? Okay? You got to investigate this. This is subversion at the highest level, using our system. And maybe there's an investigation, but nobody's telling us. The Justice Department is the only mechanism on the planet that can stop this and expose it. If you go out tonight and say, hey, you know this guy, Roy Singham, nobody's going to know it. This is a suppression. Very, very dangerous. And all the progressives, all these idiots out, no king. If you go up and you go, so how about Neville Roy Singham? And, you know, he bought that sign for you. Who? No idea. This is bad. Now, we're proud that we broke the story, an independent news agency, the No Spin News, BillO'Reilly.com, you all know. And we applaud Fox News Digital. Picked it up. They picked it right up. Listen, if you watch Fox News, okay, and I don't have time to watch a lot of it, and I don't really learn a lot there, but what we do, they monitor it very, very closely. And they're smart to do that, because what we say is true. And that's the memo.